Well, hey everyone, my name is Forever2, and welcome back to Genshin Impact for an event that I've been going to do, well, could have done yesterday, but, well, there were a lot of things to do, and I had to catch up on some other games, and this is a particular event. So this event, I have 3 days left to do, but this is called On the Trail of Behemoths. So one day, while stopping by the Adventurers Guild, you and Pi might receive a mysterious commission from an organization whose details may not be disclosed. So it might be a toughie. From what I can tell, it's probably bosses. And the quest, I think, it's going to be called Why Didn't Member of a Secret Organization Come Here? So we're going to be meeting with our client, which is this kid here? Named Helka. Helka. It kind of sounds like Snezhnaya, right? Maybe. Huh? Didn't the guild say this was a super tough quest commissioned by an organization whose details may not be disclosed? Why is the client a little kid? Traveler Paimon, I presume. Nice to meet you both. I'm your client, Helka. I trust you've been informed about the details of this commission. In short, I need help gathering information on giant monsters, including combat-related performance data. I look forward to working with you too. Sure, leave it to us. Hang on a second. We haven't been introduced. How do you know who we are? Considering the difficulty of this commission, the Adventurers Guild was likely to pass this task on two seasoned adventurers with commensurate experience. And considering that duos consisting of a golden-haired traveler and a little white guide are rare amongst these more famous candidates. Oh, so that's it. You look like a little kid, but you sure know a lot. You even talk kind of like an old a more composed sort of kid. Yeah, that. Anyway, are you really our client? Also, this organization whose details may not be disclosed thing is kinda... I was indeed the one who issued that commission. And as for the organization, well, Katya taught me to say that. Though I'm reluctant to admit this, an institution with murky origins is more likely to be taken seriously by the guild than some child with no background to speak of. But the organization's existence, at least, is no lie. I am a part of it. I just told them what I thought they should know. As for what information they got from parsing my words, that's up to their imagination. So is this the sort of organization that occasionally throws parties, or, wow, so it's a secret club? That's right. I made an arrangement with Maisie before I left that I wouldn't lie or cheat others, or do anything dangerous. I succeeded in both. Even when telling the truth, one can phrase things in a manner more adventurous to oneself. And with strong enough backing, even dangerous spaces can be made safe. Are you sure that's how it works? Of course I am. If you're both ready, then let's be off. So, this character... Okay, so I only have 3 days left to do this, so I'm going to have to do this all in one video, maybe. During On the Trail of Behemoths, you can speak to Helka and engage in challenges of different difficulties. Fearless difficulty allows you to adjust special topics, which will make a more difficult challenge. And complete different challenges at different difficulties to obtain the corresponding ratings and rewards. So, bronze to gold, or platinum. So you can invite players to this challenge. Only challenge records achieved in single player mode can be reviewed or exhibited. So, reward wise, I think it's best to do single player. So let's look at this. So let's head to the challenge location. Alright, so our first challenge. So we got 4 bosses to be thinking of here. So, hang on. Let's see. Alright, so during the challenge, you can configure your party. In Fearless difficulty, you can adjust your special topics. And left side of the minimap, challenge information and selected topics. So let's take a look at this. So, special topics. We didn't select any special topics. Right, I could try this again. So let's talk to Helka. So let's talk a bit first. I've seen relics of a similar stripe in Nod Krai. Yeah, on the island where the Frost Moon Scions gather. But they're all as dead can be. So this is the first time I'm seeing one move the way this one does. Fascinating. I'll record this and tell Maisie about it. So, who are these Frostmoon Scions again? They are a weird bunch, I say. They're not like the people in Nasha town at all. The way they live in the wilds and forests most of the time. Word has it that they worship some moon deity, and you can find statues they've made all over Nod Krai. As for the rest, I don't really know. Katya's warned me not to look into them too much. But what I have seen them do is magic. It's a shocking sight, I'll tell you that. So Helka is from some sort of border in, I guess, nearby Snezhnaya. But it's a border town that has no alliance with Snezhnaya. Let's go ahead and start prepping. Alright, so look at this. So it's one of those type of things where you can choose a special topic, which means you can choose to make it extremely difficult. Like, you can make the opponent's level up to 120, or make this guy up to like 200% of health. And you can already read these things here, so I'm not going to do much about these anyway. I've already got my team selected, so I'm good. I mean, Mualani's going to be the damage dealer.
Try and stop me.
Alright. I got 15 minutes to ooh.
Light up the blazing sun.
Oh, that's new to me. Alright, come on.
Fulfill our pact. Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh.
Alright, here she is. Solid Phlogiston. Alright. This is pretty much the most common thing you have to do in this type of boss here. And it's the most annoying. It erects some sort of two pillars. The Phlogiston, I believe. And you have to, like, destroy these two devices on it before it fires its cannon. Or makes the shockwave.
Let's ride.
Oh boy.
Pyroclastic surge.
Just realized I'm about to die. My one Mika's about to die.
Switching gears. Show no mercy.
Alright.
Papa, get him. All right.
There we go. Alright, that's one challenge done, and that's good enough. Silver is fine with me. Alright, let's move on to this one. And this is actually a boss in this small island nearby Fontaine. And it's pretty much the only boss where you only get accession materials for Arlecchino. So I'm not sure about combat essentials, but let's look at this. So you gotta use message dealing with Geo, destroy these resonators. But Geo characters have an advantage. And yeah, combat essentials, not sure what it is. So, yeah. Alright. So okay, so I'm not sure if I could talk to Helka again about this same subject, but I'll go ahead and ask. Okay, so he does say different things. So this device was created by an ancient civilization, I believe. It appears like nothing so much as a musician on a stage. The society that created it must have been impressive indeed. Impressive, but annoying. Kadia said that Nod Krai was also once home to an ordered and prosperous civilization, one that you can catch glimpses from time to time. So I'd like to know a bit more about this Nod Krai. Well, about that, Nod Krai is actually part of Snezhnaya, which I already assumed. And once upon a time, they performed lots of large-scale development in the area. But you can't find hide or hair of that nowadays, unless you're talking about the mechanical scrap you see everywhere. But maybe that's precisely why Nod Krai has become the bustling place it is today. So, I believe the more we do this event, the more, and every boss we go into, we get a little bit more lore. So this is both a combat boss fight and, I believe, lore. So, yeah, like I said, I need someone to deal with Geo. So, Silali, I am sorry, but I'm going to need you to go away for a bit. So, I'm going to switch to you. And unfortunately for Mawika, I'm going to switch for Arlecchino because she does the more damage.
of the valley! Ow! I'm fine. Coming at ya!
Get back here.
Hiya! Coming at ya!
Laid bare.
Catch an epic wave!
There we go. Sharky one day. Despite being silver difficulty, let's go ahead and pick another stage. Alright. So our third one is going to be that thing, which is basically I guess a living bubble or a living water. The torrent, I believe. The tulpas, I believe, or the half tulpa. Actually, the tulpas. So pyro and dental characters have an advantage in this one, so... Ready to rumble with a giant ball of water? I would, but again, let's talk a bit first. So the wheel of water can also manifest itself in such a form. Inconceivable. It really doesn't look as tough, though it lacks a soul. Sorry, I mixed words here. So Katya once told me a story about a fisherman who fell in love with a spirit of pure water. But such entities have no souls, and thus the fisherman set out on a journey to discard his as well. The fish... Okay, so could you tell me more about Katya? She used to be a great adventurer back in the day. Her exploits took her all over the world. Eventually, her injuries led to her retirement, after which she settled down in Nasha Town. She's always taken good care of us, and gave me lots of practical advice before I set out. I have an immense respect for her, and am also immensely grateful to her. Alright, if you get the chance, you should definitely try her cooking. I would definitely get her recipe if I had to. I mean, if we're going to be going to a new place again, maybe we get some Snezhnaya dishes. Again, I believe this was the biggest pain in my life. Unfortunately, Kale is my only strongest Dendro character I have. So why not?
Write this on the side! Let's shred, Darcy!
Letting brave names echo. Transfixed.
Oh yeah, by the way, this boss also drops its ascension material for Farina if you guys are big Farina fans. Oh, there's a mini Popa. Who's back here?
Overruled.
There we go. I mean, it might be challenging if I do it in hard difficulty, but... Oh wait, I've been doing hard difficulty. I meant fearless difficulty. So if you guys want me to do fearless, let me know in the comments. Alright, and I forgot about this one. This is a crab, by the way. A crab. So yeah. Let's see. Twin molten organs on its body are pyro-aligned organs that can unleash more vicious things once it's finishing. Okay, so again, I know I got very good pyro. So okay, I'm just mixing words again. So I know you have to destroy its two horns right here because those things can spew out pyro stuff. And I got good hydro characters, by the way. And speaking of hydro, I gotta get myself some water. Ready to tangle with a giant crab? Yeah, I know it's a giant crab, and it's the most painful one here because, hello, I was in the area when I first got gumming, and he needed this material from this big friggin' crab. Guess what? The water is so hot, the water boils, and I took damage by stepping onto a puddle. So, let's talk about it first again. So, Nod Krai is also home to crabs, but they look very different. I should take a few more photos. For all I know, Maisie might like Fountainian crabs better. But then again, I wonder, is the appearance of a species is like this a result of the hot spring? Or is it the tyrant's presence that caused the springs to boil? Again, let's talk more about Nod Krai. If I had to describe it, I'd go with a dangerous yet lively place. It's been leaning toward the former in the recent days, though. Before I left, the Fatui had moved a lot of construction materials in. Word was that a harbinger, or harbingers, were present too. As for what they intend, I couldn't say. I've heard bad things about the situation to the north as well. The Abyss's influence has been expanding. Katya even warned me not to return via the northern paths. So the Abyss is expanding north. Probably going to fight with the Tsaritsa, maybe. I don't know, maybe. I'm just speculating for now. Alright, Nuvi. You're the only damageable guy I know.
Silence!
Alright. Woo!
Let's ride!
Nice try. Wait, how do I destroy its horns now?
Bow your head.
I almost forgot how I destroy those horns.
The tides beckon.
You see how that red circle is expanding? That one's new to me, to be honest. I'm guessing in this type of event, I guess they show off new moves that you don't normally get from normal fights like this. Alright, I'm stepping back. I don't know what that crap is doing. Is he? Is it healing? Is it? Yeah, I think it's gaining back its pyro shielding.
Bow your head.
Woo! Woo! Okay.
Silence.
Am I? Ow, 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 ow.
Be
Bastard.
sanctified.
There we go.
Transfixed.
It's time to cook some crab meat.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Carving waves!
Alright, we broke his horns, and with that, Maulani did the final bite, and she gained crab meat. Thank you for Traveler Paimon. I couldn't have completed my task without your help. So, will you let me join your organization now? Wait, you actually want to join, don't you? Your age might complicate things somewhat, but the real issue is that I've got to hear what the others think. If all folks say yay, yeah, well, it's not as if there's no precedent for this. Precedent. If you ever find yourself in Nod Krai, which we might end up anyway, hit up the Speranza in Noxsha Town. Katya's not one of us, but she's a trustworthy sort. She'll help you out. Sure, speaking of which, you were taking all those photos and drawing in your notebook while she was fighting. It all looked pretty professional. Not trying to secretly study my fighting style, I suppose. Are you an artist doing sketches or a director shooting a film reel by any chance? Well, I suppose I could tell you. My task is to collect information on 100 monster varieties. Thanks to you, my Natlan and Fontaine series are all squared away. Next up, I've got to head to Sumeru, where I'll likely hire some eremites. That said, I should remember to send the illustrated handbook I've made back to Noxsha Town. So you were making some sort of monster index? Indeed, there's no monster in Nod Krai that I don't know, so I decided to get acquainted with those from further afield. Maisie's a timid girl, but she loves hearing stories about these monsters. You should see her every time I give her a newly made handbook of mine. She's pleased as a pie. Shame that her constitution is too frail for travel, though, or I'd have brought her along. Plus, Katya's also said that if I produce a good enough book, I might even be able to get myself published. Now I'd love to give Maisie a real surprise. Take a copy of my newly published handbook, hide it under her pillow, and sorry, I got a bit distracted there. You sure do care about your friends, don't you? Friends, huh? I'd say they're more like family, even though we're not related by blood. Let's not dwell on things like that. Alright, let me give you a copy of my handbag too. Now, I need to keep a copy of the pictures and send it to Maisie. So, as for your copy, hey, don't worry, I know a thing or two about photography too. Don't worry, I can see these monsters anytime I want. That's great then. I should be setting up for my next destination, so I'll probably head out sometime over the next few days. Safe travels! You too, best of luck in your travels. Alright. So on the trail... Oh yeah. I see these notes too. Let's look at these notes here. So we got... Yeah, giant mechanical monsters, giant centaur statue, the hydro ball, the hydro tuba, and the giant crab. Alright, so you can either take a look at this or anything really. It's just a some notes that he just kept on doing while I was doing the fighting. So I believe that this event is not only about going through these tough challenges on a specific bosses, 4 of them to be exact. Because I do remember before Natlan came out, there was an event where this dude was trying to capture certain bosses so he can tame them to show off his Natlan friends, I believe. So what I get from this quest here is that not only I met a new character, but apparently from the attire, that person is from Snezhnaya. Not just from Snezhnaya, but a border town called Nasha Town, and some other name Nod Krai. So we learned a little more about Nod Krai, and the place where we might be able to go to, probably in the new version, maybe even a new Argon quest, maybe. But I think an Argon quest, like, it's not going to be in Nasha Town. It is a small town. So, maybe a small Argon quest, maybe? Yeah. So I cannot wait for that one. New enemies, new bosses, new characters. I can't wait to imagine who... Okay, not just who, but what will the Snezhnayan characters would look like. I mean, we only got one Snezhnayan character, and that is Child, also known as Tartaglia, or known as the Leeway's, I guess, first boss, maybe? Right. So, in any case, I want to say this. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give this video a like or dislike. And if you're new to the channel, I hope you all support my channel by clicking that subscribe button. It'd be really appreciated, and it will help me and the algorithm on YouTube to grow. And if you really enjoy my narrations, maybe if I'm not, well, tired, stressful, or anything, I mean, I'm really excited to narrate things if it doesn't go one way. Also, I do believe that today, in the weekend, is the Chinese New Year. And when there's a Chinese New Year, Hoyo has a celebration called the Lantern Rite. And I do believe it's on this one. So, I'm not sure if it is right here, but look at this. May fortune find you, spring's premonition, I do believe. Now, I think, I'm not sure if it's like a Lantern Rite, I believe, a quest here. Is it a quest? Not too sure. But apparently in today's banner, we got back Arlecchino and Clorend. Also a new character called Lanyan, I believe. I'm not sure if she's a free character or not, but I think she is part of the banner. And I'm not too sure about her, to be honest. She is apparently in the lore a weaver. And her weapons are these chakrams, I believe. That's what I think. So in this thing here, you have about 7 days, an entire week to sign in, which I've already claimed this thing. And I think from February 1st, I can receive 5 gifts in the mail, which will either be materials, essential materials, food, or even primal gems. I'm honestly wanting to get primal gems. That's fine enough of me. So I'm looking at my quest here. Is there anything? No. There is no quest for that anyway. So, I'm just very, very excited about the new banner, the Nod Krai, maybe new areas, probably. But more importantly, I really want to, let's just say, I'm hoping that Toyo might open the last area, the last region in Atlan, which is probably where the collectors of plenty reside, and a volcano that I keep seeing over the horizon that would tie with this quest line. What was it? The Footnotes of Dragons? I think it was called the Footsteps of Dragons. Yeah, Footsteps of Dragons, and that has something to do with our Saurian companion. And speaking of that, I think I have a few Saurian quests, I believe. I think there's only a couple of them left, but yeah. So I'm rambling on. So again, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the new videos. Peace out, and have an awesome weekend.